Dennis had made a Facebook post, and the post said, hey, we have this program where we teach young adults on how to use AI in their businesses or how to use AI in other people's businesses. And I was like, hey, I'm a young adult that uses AI for other people's businesses. I was like, this is interesting to me. So I just wanted to see what it was all about. So I messaged Dennis and I say, hey, saw your post. I'd love to learn more about what actually goes on in this community. We hop on a call and I was prepared to be sold to. I was prepared to have this conversation where you ask me a set of questions, I answer them, you tell me, I think you'd be a great fit.
Typical sales process.
Yeah. Here's the cost, here's the investment. Where would you like to move from here? That's the script. And I was just wanting to know more about the program. I wasn't planning on buying anything. I didn't really want to join that much. But I hop on this call and Dennis does ask me a set of questions. I return and I ask him a set of questions about the program. But Dennis has this energy saying, I really don't need to be on this call right now. And I don't need you in my program. And
hopefully not in a pompous way.
No, but in a way that like, I'm not here to convince you to join this thing. I'm not here to try and...
I don't need your money.
No, I don't need you in here. This program provides a lot of value to the people who are in it. And I think I even told you towards the end of the call, I said, what do we do? Where do we go from here? And you told me, you said, here's the cost to join. And if you want to join, great. If not, let me know. And I was like, okay. I sat there for 30 seconds and I was like, I wasn't planning on joining at all. But I was like, for some reason, I feel called to join this. And I did. And I think that it was one of the best decisions I made because I've been able to not only get over my irrational fear of beginning podcasting again, but I've also learned the power of relationships, which I was already doing, but I didn't know that I was doing it. And I didn't know how to amplify it.
What did you expect to happen in joining the program?
You expect it to be any other coaching program, right? You come in, there's a curriculum, you log in, you look at the curriculum, you ask some questions, you have this basic set of information and you learn some things and then you move about your day. What I was surprised about was the fact that it was not like that at all. Not in the fact that you guys don't have information.
Everyone has the thing you log into. There's exercises and videos to watch and all that. Yeah.
But the biggest thing was I joined and I got some access to some information and I got whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. But then I hopped on the weekly call and you were like, George, this is your first call. What's going on in your day-to-day? And I told you, I was like, this is my problem. This is what's happening in my business right now. Here's where I want to go. Here's where I am now. And here's what I think is stopping me. And you were able to sit there and tell me, yeah, that is what's stopping you. Why aren't you going and doing it? And then I gave you a bunch of excuses. And then you told me those excuses were stupid and you should just go do it anyway. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? You're right. They are kind of stupid. And then I went and did the thing. Yeah. And that's how we are sitting here today. I was very surprised in the fact that I was able to actually sit down with you and with Jack and be able to sit and say, okay, here's what I'm actually doing. Here's what my business is about. Here's the problem that I have. And then you had actual real advice that came from lived experience and not from here's what ChatGPT said or here's what the rest of the internet says.
Yeah.